If there's something we have been teaching more in this channel, that means it must be about how to build a valid and a proper bias. In today's video, I won't just only show you how to build a proper bias, but I'll also show you how you can apply a proper and a better confirmation entry. When it comes to confirmation entry, there are necessary things you need to put into consideration. One is your time frame alignment, and also if your bias is not correct or is not right, then everything you'll be doing will be entirely wrong, right? So without further ado, let's quickly proceed. I have a whole lot of questions, a whole lot of requests to my Telegram channel that I should make a detailed video on how I was able to enter this trade or analyze this particular market, right? So in today's video, I'll be giving you a detailed step-by-step breakdown, but not just that, you also learn how to build a valid bias and how to apply a proper and a better confirmation entry. Before we proceed with this particular teaching, if you are here to join our Telegram channel, make sure you click the link in the video description to join our Telegram channel, where you get every update about trading. There are some things I shared here that I don't share on our YouTube or on my Twitter, but on this Telegram channel I do everything related to trading, right? Even this particular bias on Japan 225, you can see this is the outlook, and I also shared it on my Twitter account. Right now, this is it on my Twitter account, though this bias was for a bullish outlook, right? But you can see currently it's yet to play out, but after that it happens to tap into this particular level, right? So this is the trade I want to give a breakdown on. You can see before it played out, right? So let's quickly dive in. Now I want to start analysis from the weekly time frame, right, and go to our daily time frame. And when it comes to confirmation entry, I always want to apply 4 hours rejecting 4 hours, and also take my entry on the 1 hour, 30 minutes or 15 minutes time frame, depending on where the structure is much more clearer. Like I said, Japan 225 has been bullish. You see bullish reaction and also a bullish reaction. So my initial outlook I shared was a bullish outlook that I'm expecting market to drive down to either this particular key level, or market should drive down to this particular key level, right? Now you can see that market has already played out, and you can see that this was the sell we had, and it's drive down to this particular place. So for now, I don't want to say what we should be looking at right now, but our major focus now is how I was able to enter that sell. Now you see what happened. Market started pumping because market was bullish. Market pumped or moved to the upside up to this particular key level here. The moment I saw this rejection of, or this tap on this particular key level, all I was expecting is that market is going to give what, a retracement down to this particular bullish key level, which I'm expecting market to drive to. Now let's go to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, what can you see? Now I want you to ignore this particular candle that got tapped into our level. Right now, this is on the daily time frame. When I came to my chart, after all this reaction from this part, from this weekly key level, right now I already know that market is driving down to this particular place, and I referred here to be my liquidity point. All I want to see is that anything I'm going to be doing, my target point should be this low, because I feel, or I can see that this is a liquidity. Now the key levels I'm expecting market to react from is either this, or let's see if there's any other possible key level around this side. Now one thing about my style of trading is that when it comes to higher time frame, I don't ignore any key level I'm seeing, right? Because you can't tell, or you don't know which particular one the market is going to react from. So you want to pay attention to every key level you are seeing, right? So now what we are focusing on now is that we are expecting market to drive down to this particular key, or these key levels around here, or a fair value gap as well. Now our expectation is that market should start selling down to this place, and we can continue our buying moves to the upside, right? Now when I came to my chart, this is what I saw first. Let me increase this so you see it properly. When I came to my chart, I discovered that market gave a rejection of this particular key level, right? A daily rejection. Then the next daily candle happened to give a rejection from this particular place. Now all my intention is that I don't expect market to do what, to move to the upside again. Our focus is now this particular place. Now this is where our focus lies on right now. This becomes our trading environment or trading range. Now let me play the next candle. This was a candle that tapped into the level that tapped into my entry level and the rest. So the 4 hours time frame, what can you see? Right Now on the 4 hours time frame, it happens that we had a bearish break to the downside. Where's our bearish break to the downside, right? We saw markets giving series of, this is all the key levels are no longer fresh, right? But we can see that market gave a reaction from this particular key level on the 4 hours time frame, and if you watch closely, you discover that all these candles rejected of this particular key level. So on the 4 hours time frame, there's just one thing I want to confirm, which is what? A bearish break to the downside, right? This is where I had my bearish break to the downside, right? That is my breakout. Going to the 1 hour time frame, this is what really happened here, which I saw, and that made me to participate in this market, right? Now this is what we had here. We had this key level where this key level that market used. When market used this key level, I wasn't convinced enough to participate in this market at this point because I'm not yet convinced. I still want to see. Now this is what we have as our entry model. Our entry model is SMC entry model. We want to see market giving us a sweep, a break to the upside, and we expect market to give us a liquidity, and we can buy from the key level very close to the liquidity. You can see that market has already traded to the upside, tap into this key level. What do we want? We want to see a change of character first before we can participate in this market. Now we had our change of character at this point, MSNR structural shift here. When we have the change of this character, you can clearly see that market created a liquidity here, right? And market reacted from a key level at this point. Let's go to the 30 minutes time frame. It's much more clearer there. The 30 minutes time frame, this is the key level market reacted on. Now a key level very close towards to the liquidity. After this reaction, right, I didn't participate in this market at this point because this is where I started having huge confidence in this particular market. Now all I wanted to see is to see more confirmation. I can see the market broke this low to the downside. Immediately market broke this low to the downside, I have to check where there is possible key level for me to use as my entry. All these key levels has been used. The only fresh key level is this particular key level here. You can see now when I have this particular key level, right, now market gave a break to the downside as this, right, and this is the first pullback that happened, which serves as my liquidity. All I want to do is that I want to take my entry or consider a key level very close to my liquidity as my entry point. Now this is where I use as my liquidity, and my entry happened. My key level I used for my entry was this particular key level. Now you might be asking yourself that why didn't I use this particular key level at this point? The reason is because I was actually scared of mis-entry at this particular key level. And also you might be wondering now, why didn't I use this particular key level? Like I said, my strategy says something: use the key level that is very close to liquidity. I have no interest in this particular key levels anymore, so this is where I took my entry from at this point, and my target was, I think it was 6RR. Yes, 6RR trade. This gave me a 6RR trade, something as this. Then my target was this particular liquidity on the daily. I showed you this particular one, right? So what happened is the market drive down to this particular place, and what happened? Market started giving a pullback, right? There was a entry re-entry I saw, but I didn't participate in that re-entry because the time it used to trigger wasn't my time of trading. This was where I spot the liquidity, and this key level was where I was having huge interest, right? But the time it happened, it wasn't. If not, this is what I would have had. I had my entry from here, and probably I think it was a 4-hour during that period. It was a 4-hour trade. Yes, it was a 4-hour trade. So this is it, right? This is it. But it wasn't something I would have loved to leverage on because the time of reaction, right? I have a particular rule which I followed, and if those rules are not seen on the chart, I don't engage in the market, right? So in fact, this was how I was able to analyze this particular trade, and I participated in this particular market. Like I said earlier, this market is still bullish. This sell is a counter trend and more of like a retracement, right? So if you find value from this particular teaching, do it to subscribe, like this video, share, comment, your views in the comment section, and do it to click on the link in the description to join our Telegram channel, whereby I share everything, outlook, and every related trading stuff where you can benefit from. So see you guys in the next one.